Hey team, Patrick here. If you aspire to get to the next level with your competitive tennis, then you've clicked on the right video, as we're going to focus on one of the most important shots in tennis, certainly in the top 2 at least, and that's the return of serve. Now, this was taken directly from a lesson I recently had with a student, and I was really pleased they asked to work on the return, as I think most players just see it as another forehand or backhand, where it actually has a technique all of its own. Now, I've already made a video on the more technical aspects of the return, like the footwork patterns. So today I'm going to show you 3 different approaches or types of return you can use, depending on if you're in offense, neutral, or defense, as well as some drills that you can practice. So let's get into it. Let's look at a defensive return where you're trying to neutralize a big first serve that could be over 100 miles an hour. And to do this, I would use your continental grip and simply block the ball back in with no swing. The quality of your contact and the angle of your racket face should be your priority. And if the ball goes long, then your strings were too open. And if you miss wide, then your strings weren't pointing towards your target. You're chipping the ball back in, and it's like a volley in terms of the technique, where you have a shorter turn of your body. It's like a quarter turn, and the turn of your body is the extent of your backswing. The footwork is also similar to a volley, where it's split step, it's split, turn, hit, step. A step forwards and through the ball. And you're just trying to put the ball back in play. That's your mindset, nothing flashy. A drill to practice the defensive return is also probably my favorite return of serve drill, and has the server serving from the service line. This really replicates returning a big first serve. As the returner, you have less time, and it instantly adds 10 to 20 miles an hour to the serve without the server having to blow their shoulder out to do so. You can score this and play a tiebreak to 7. The server has 2 serves, and all you have to do as the returner to score a point is put the ball back in play. You don't need to play the rest of the point out, and as the server, you have to hit an ace or an unreturnable serve. As the returner, a win on a serve like this is just getting the ball back in play. And even as my lesson said, well, they just would have hit a winner off that next ball, you never know. Give them the opportunity to miss, make them play one more ball and give yourself the chance to fight for the point. Off a slower first serve, when you're in more of a neutral position, start with your forehand topspin grip with your bottom hand and your backhand grip with your top hand. Or your top hand on the throat of the racket if you use a one-handed backhand, where you can use this offhand to change your grip. You're still not going to try and smack the return, or you're going to make too many errors, and you're still not going to have a full backswing. Like your chip return, imagine you had a wall behind you that limits your take back, but then you're going to guide your swing fully and confidently through to a complete finish with your butt cap facing the target. Think if you only had time for either a backswing or a follow through, go with the follow through. So you're not late and can better control the direction and spin on the ball. The neutral return is probably the return you're going to use most often, as it's between this chip this block return and a full cut, so you get the best of both worlds. And your goal is to get back to neutral in the point. You just need to make a judgment based on the server if you're going to start in your continental grip or your topspin forehand grip. The drill to work on the neutral return is to take 2 touches, hit the ball twice off the return. This replicates the shorter backswing, but also the full follow through. Keep the racket in front of you on this first control touch, meet the ball clean, and then play all the way through the ball to give the ball this direction, spin, and depth. And finally, the attacking return off a slower second serve. You want to start the point off on your terms and be on offense after the return. So move your position up the court proactively to take the ball at the top of the bounce where you can flatten your stroke out. You don't need to hit up as much and can create these angles. And make a full coil of your upper body. You want to use your regular swing back and through when you have the chance to step in and attack. And move through the ball so you get this weight transfer and momentum so you can close into the net and put the ball away with the volley if needed. And the simplest way to practice this is to give the server only 1 serve. Now, I've marked out 3 channels, and on the second serve return, you're going to play aggressive to these big targets, either cross court or down the line. Now, you can use these channels as well off a first serve, and on your first serve return, return down the middle channel, but still deep and over the service line. Right team, now you can choose the appropriate response off your return of serve. So I hope this video has helped, and if it has, please leave it a like and a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on court in the next one. Cheers guys.